And now, in studio, bringing his Midwest values from the Show Me State to the land of San Diego. He's a triple threat, licensed as an attorney, mortgage broker, and a top producing realtor who's crushing the competition. Here to deliver you what's happening in the trenches of the market. Your host, Michael Gaddis.
Welcome back to the Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170 The Answer. I am your host, Michael Gaddis of michaelgaddis.com and frontierloangroup.com. And I just wanted to, at first I just wanted to say I thought our last guest was great. I thought it was really informational. It really tied into my New Year's resolutions, which we talked about in the first segment. But now I want to talk a little bit more about reverse mortgages and my reverse mortgage workshops. You know, I have these reverse mortgage workshops throughout Southern California. I kind of rotate them. My next two coming up are in Chula, Vista this Thursday from noon to 2 p.m. at the Mangia Italiano on 3rd. And I have another one coming up a week from Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. So this one's a day one coming up and the next one's an evening one. And I like to have these workshops, and I learn a lot about people when I go to different areas. Because it's amazing to me how many people have interest in reverse mortgages, but there's a lot of hesitation because there's a lot of lack of education about them. Okay, a lot of people think they are things that they are not, and they've heard so many horror stories and they've heard so many bad things. They're really cautious about it. And my philosophy is this. You should always be cautious about any type of program that you're getting involved in, whether it be a reverse mortgage or a forward mortgage or any type of financial or anything you're doing, whether you're selling a house. I've talked to people a lot about you need to do your research, find out about what kind of marketing plan your real estate people have. That's what I think is really important, is doing your research. And the point of the reverse mortgage workshop is to help you do that. It's to help clarify all the myths and misconceptions surrounding reverse mortgages, as well as to provide you with a lot of information about how they work, how you should shop for them, what you should be looking for, because reverse mortgages are literally a transformational product. They can literally transform your life or one of your loved ones' lives. You'd be amazed at how much a person's life can change by getting a reverse mortgage. However, it's a subjective analysis, because reverse mortgages are not the right solution for every senior. And to be honest with you, if you had a street full of 10 seniors and all of them wanted to get reverse mortgages, it's very possible that they could all utilize the reverse mortgage in different ways. It is not like a 30-year fixed loan. A 30-year fixed loan is applied the same to everyone. A reverse mortgage has so many different programs and so many different features to it, you can tailor it to exactly what you want or what you need. But the only way you can do that is by becoming informed. You have to learn about them. You have to know how they work. And you need to know enough information so that you can weigh the benefits and the considerations of a reverse mortgage so that you can choose wisely. And that is important. So the goal of my reverse mortgages is to be informational. So when I like to talk to people and teach them from A to Z about everything they need to know about what a reverse mortgage is and how they should look at them. And it's kind of like this. No matter what I do in life, I do it I'm over the top. Okay, let's just say that's what my wife says. I go over the top. I remember, I was searching for a car. I was going to buy a car. I researched everything I wanted about that car. I knew every model of the car. I knew what color I wanted. I knew what interior I wanted. I knew what features I wanted. It took me 13 months to buy a car. And it drove my wife nuts because she kept saying, why don't you just pick a car? I'm like, no, I know what I want and I know what I want to pay for it. And I finally did find it. But it took me a while to do it. But I also researched it exhaustively before I made the selection. And I think that that's what really needs to be done, because I think people need peace of mind knowing that they're doing the right thing. Now, here's the deal. Reverse mortgages are a little bit difficult for people to wrap their head around because they're a little bit different than how everyone's been raised. We've been raised a certain way, and because time is different. We've been raised by our parents and our parents' parents. And the times that they lived in were different. They didn't live in a time where the average price of home is $537,000. So they lived in a different world. Now, if seniors who want to retire in California, it is very difficult to do that with the limited pensions and Social Security that they have right now. They have fixed income. I see seniors that are on such a tight budget that after they pay their bills every month, they don't have enough money to go to a movie, to go out to eat. Even if the price of gas going up, which is going up right now, it can affect their ability to go to church or wherever they might want to go. So these are things that are very, very important to analyze and to realize that a lot of our seniors are living like prisoners in their homes, and their homes are either paid off or almost paid off. So it's a really sad situation. So it just gives them an alternative to see if it might work for them. You're listening to the Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170 The Answer. I am your host, Michael Gaddis of MichaelGaddis.com and FrontierLoanGroup.com. And I'm talking about my free reverse mortgage workshops, which I have. One coming up this Thursday, January 12th, from noon to 2 p.m. at Mangia Italiano on 3rd. I have another one a week from Thursday at the same restaurant from 6 to 8 p.m. So I invite you or any of your loved ones who are interested in a reverse mortgage to call in and RSVP so that you can learn everything about reverse mortgages in a non-threatening environment. Because as I said, everything with me is about education and knowledge. And I think that only through education and knowledge can you make the best decision for you and your family. And too many people leap into things. Here's what bothers me. Every one of my clients, my reverse mortgage clients, can answer 3 questions. Every one of them. Number 1, they know why they're getting a reverse mortgage. Number 2, they know why they're getting the plan that they're getting. And number 3, they know why their interest rate is where it is and why they're on that program. Now, you might be driving or listening right now, and you might think, well, that's obvious. Everyone should. Do you know that you can refinance a reverse mortgage? So I frequently speak to people who have existing reverse mortgages, and I ask them those questions. Why did you get a reverse mortgage? Why did you pick this program? And why do you have the interest rate that you have? And most of them don't have any clue. They're like, well, I got a reverse mortgage. It just seemed like the right thing to do, and I don't have any idea what program I'm in or why that's just what they gave me. For me, that's a little bit sad because I pride myself in providing that information. So if anybody asked my clients the same question, they could tell you exactly the answers to those questions and in detail. So I pride myself in that, and I think it's a great thing. And not that everyone should become experts, but they should at least have a very strong command of the product and realize what its virtues and what its drawbacks are, because there is no perfect solution. I mean, the perfect solution is that you would get money every single month and there would be no ramifications for it. There'd be no interest, no nothing. So there's never a perfect solution, but what you got to find is the best solution for you. And a reverse mortgage can literally allow seniors to retire in San Diego and live comfortably. And that's the whole key. To live a comfortable life, because you deserve to live a comfortable life. You didn't work your whole life hard to retire and be stressed out about finances. That's not what you did. I'm assuming that's not what you did when you were working hard all those years. And I'm telling you, so many of our seniors are on such limited financial resources. I met a guy in Palm Springs last week. He gets $800 a month in Social Security a month. That's it. He's surviving right now on his some investments that he had made, and his investments are starting to dry up. He does not have much more money or much more time left, but yet his house is almost paid off. So it's sad that he counts every penny because he's so tight. He just doesn't have the ability to do more, but yet he does, because a reverse mortgage can literally transform his life. So if you or someone is interested in learning more about reverse mortgages, please feel free to contact my office at FrontierLoanGroup.com. That's FrontierLoanGroup.com. And as I mentioned, I'm having those 2 free reverse mortgage workshops coming up. One this Thursday from noon to 2 p.m. at Mangia Italiano on 3rd, and another one a week from Thursday at the same restaurant from 6 to 8 p.m. Well, I want to thank everyone for listening today, and I want to thank my guest, Alexander Abel, for coming in and talking about his new book. And I just want to remind everyone to keep your New Year's resolutions. I'm going to be holding you accountable. Paul's going to be holding me accountable, and I'm going to be holding all of you accountable so that you can keep those New Year's resolutions. So anyway, I want to thank you again for tuning in tonight, and I will be back here next Monday night at 7 p.m. to talk about anything and everything related to real estate. You're listening to the Michael Gaddis Show on AM 1170, The Answer.